Okay, so unfortunately, my beloved Rane 72 stopped working. Now, not all of it stopped working. The headphone function on the actual mixer, the mix between the Q and the master, that knob started acting a little wonky and it made it really hard to mix. I love that thing. But it's been a few years, it was a good run, and now it's time for some new toys. So, hold on. All right. Here we go. I really loved my 72, so I decided to go with another Rane mixer. So let's open it up and see exactly what's inside. There we go. Since I love that mixer so much, I decided to go with its successor. This is the Rane 72 Mark II. Really excited about this. Has some new features that I think was kind of needed for the Rane 72. Well, one in particular, but I'll get into that in the review coming soon. But let's dive into what's in the box. Bunch of manuals and cables. Looks like the two USB cables you'll need, so you can, as you know, you can hook up two separate laptops to the Rane 72. Your manuals, I see some stickers, and oh, Serato timecode CDs. Nice inclusion. And oh, look at this. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually some lubricating drops, which are great and fix the one issue I had with my 72 initially. So that's a good sign. Okay, awesome. IEC power connector. I really wish every DJ mixer, even the budget ones, came with IEC power. It just makes it so much easier to replace a power cord, because it's your normal power cable that you find not only in DJ products, but like computers and all that stuff. And they're really cheap. So nice to have this on it. And here comes the main thing. Here's the mixer, but there's one more thing in here, so we'll just put this on the side for right now. Aha, yes. Looks like one pair of Serato timecode vinyl. Always good to have. Mine were actually kind of getting worn out, so happy to get a new brand new pair of this stuff. All right, let's put the box to the side. And let's open up this guy. Aha, here we are. Yes. Brand spanking new Rane 72 Serato DJ mixer. You know, a lot of people wanted wanted Rane to come out with a mixer with even more functions, but this, up until the release of the S11, was kind of the king of features as far as Serato DJ battle style mixers went. It literally had pretty much everything. You have your multi-touch touchscreen, your paddle selectors for the effects, which were always great. And they, you know, these are made out of metal. And although the ones on the S9 were plastic, they didn't really break, but these just feel a little bit more chunky, and I always liked playing on these a little bit more. You have your, and this is the big change here, your three Mag 4 faders. And the biggest change is this right here. You actually have an external tension adjust. Where on the original Rane 72, you actually had to open the mixer up to adjust the tension on your crossfader. And another thing that I really loved about every Rane, pretty much battle mixer, modern battle mixer, is that these faders right here, the up faders and the crossfader, are all interchangeable. They're all the same crossfader, or same fader, I should say. So if this one starts feeling a little funky, you can switch it out for one of the channel faders, and you actually have 3 of them. And let's see. Yeah, they all feel great. And I'll say that my big gripe with the first 72 was the actual Mag 3 faders, where the crossfader felt a little tighter than the up faders for some reason, and I wasn't sure why. And I actually had to lubricate it using drops like the one that's included with this new mixer to get it to feel right, as well as open the mixer up and adjust the tension myself until I got it just right. But this feels really good, I must say. Let's try the tension adjust. Oh yeah. Really smooth. Really easy to use. Yeah, I like that. And I like the placement of it too. Right here on the front, and they put it at the top over the crossfader controls. Really easy to find, and I love that it's this nice metal knob. Really easy to find in the dark, and you can adjust it on the fly. Another thing I noticed is it looks like they changed the color of the knobs a little bit. I want to say that these were gray on the first one, and the main volumes were white. So I actually think that's a better choice, because you're going to be using these more in your everyday mixing. So being able to find these on the fly in a dark room, this white's going to stand out a lot more, and I like that. And also, it looks like they added like a white outline underneath the 3-band EQ, which is also another great idea. Makes it easier to find those controls, especially in the dark. The back's the same, still all the same features. You have your CD and phono changeable input, as well as an aux input. And another feature that they introduced on this Mark II is that now you can actually plug in on both of these inputs. So before you could only plug into the line phono selectable input, and the aux input was just an auxiliary input. You couldn't run DVS into it, but now you can. They did add that in a firmware update to the 72, the original one, but this one has it as well, and it was the first mixer to have it, so awesome. And build quality looks the same. All metal construction. Ranes are built like tanks, always have been, and this doesn't look like to be any exception. And I'm just excited to use this thing. Yeah, looks great, feels great. Pads feel great, same pads that were on the previous 72. And this was the first battle mixer to have this layout, and you saw Pioneer take this layout as well, where instead of having the modes selectable in the middle here, you actually have independent modes for each side. And when I was gigging in person, at in-person gigs, I'd use an S9, since you usually find S9s out there. I didn't find it an issue having those pad modes in the middle, but I'll say, like, now that I'm doing a lot of live streaming and I have to trigger samples and drops really quick on the fly, being able to just access it on one side and still have the other side in the other mode, so much quicker and so much easier, just from my eyes and my hands, and just by feel, to switch those modes. And having those independent really makes a huge difference. And I'm glad to see it on the newer flagship mixers like the S7, S11, this guy, the Rane 70 as well. But yeah, overall, yeah, man. Yeah, solid pickup. I'm excited to try this out. Really excited to try these new Mag 4 faders out, see how it feels, if it's any different than the Mag 3 faders that were in the previous model, but couldn't be happier. So review of this unit, in-depth review of this unit coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. It won't be next week, but it will be soon. I'm gonna give this guy a try. Doing a lot of streaming from home, so I'm definitely gonna put a bunch of hours in it before I do that review. So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'd love to hear what mixer you're using currently in your DJ setup, whether you're DJing at home or taking it to gigs. Go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And until then, see you guys in the next one.